So basically, you start out with these guys called the Zelnaga, and they're like this ancient alien race, which is kind of dumb and usual for StarCraft, like science fiction stories. But there were also the Protoss and the Zerg. We're going to talk about the Protoss first, because they wrecked their lives first. So the Zelnaga, they came in and they were like, these guys, they have purity of form. And they wanted to take that, so they did a bunch of experiments on them. And the Protoss, they don't have any mouths, and they talk through like this thing called psionic power, which is like space magic. And they connect through their minds, and they talk to each other through that. So they like, the Zelnaga messed with them too much, so they made them, and they took the power to speak to each other away, which caused this big like time of life in their society. So they're like their like colonies on different planets started falling apart. They started fighting, and there were crap against technology where they were crap, and then they lost their ability to space travel, and they lost a lot of their stuff. But then there was this guy who unified them all. I forget his name now because it was like, I don't remember his name, but there was this space guy with the space name. He unified them all with these crystals, but there was a different caste of society who was called the Dark Templar. I don't know this for 100%, but I'm gonna say that they didn't want the crystals to like be in their mind, and they didn't want to talk to other people necessarily, like always be connected to this thing. Because they got exiled to this planet called Shakuris.
Not Shakira.
Not Shakira. Shakuris. Check that out, Faye. You just ate a moth.
Okay, keep going.
He hit it with his paw and then he ate it. He just licked it off the window.
He's a prime hunter. He's Metroid 3 prime hunters.
Anyway, so they got exiled, and then there was the new government formed.
I think actually Metroid 3 was corruption. Okay, go.
Okay, they made a new government, and there was this thing that was kind of like the Covenant from Halo. No, it wasn't. It was just sounded like the Covenant, you know? Something like that. And there was the High Templar, and then there was this other cast of people. Meanwhile, Zelnaga messed up the Protoss, so they're like, we gotta get out of here. They went to go to the Zerg place, and the Zerg were a bunch of like worms at that point, but they had purity of essence. And they could change and like evolve really fast. So they were like, okay, we're gonna.
Was that purity of essence? Their essence? Okay.
Yeah, purity of form was Protoss.
So what I means that their purity of God. What?
The Zelnaga didn't care about humans at all because they have nothing unique about
Do
them.
they have a greater psionic potential than the Protoss?
No,
Okay.
not quite. But that's like the whole Queen of Blades thing. We can talk about that later. It's long. But anyways, they mess with the Zerg and they make it so that there's an overmind, which is the enemy.
The Protoss did this? Yeah, the Zerg.
Zelnaga did this to the Zerg.
But the Zelnaga are evil Protoss.
No, the Zelnaga are another race altogether. So they messed up the Protoss, so they went to the Zerg. They gave the Zerg an overmind, and they made them work together in a hive mind. And this hive mind overpowered the Zelnaga, so the Zelnaga got out of there, and they just sort of disappeared for a long time. Purifiers, which are like robots, who are ancient, like they're one heroes go into, so they go into their path and they become a robot, and it's purifiers. Zerg started attacking. Protoss was purifying planets of them because they were seen as like this great plague and not good. That's when the humans come into the equation. They show up. They're like colonists from Earth. They're just, and there's this whole like human civil war which is going on, and it's like purifiers, which are like robots with their colony sort of power structure with a dumb and you anyway. So humans, yeah. Oh, Kerrigan, she gets left behind. She
does not have any solid potential. Wait, why was she a ghost? She like Spectres in Mass Effect.
Yeah, but the ghosts are like kind of silent. Anyways, so they turn Kerrigan into the Queen of Blades, self-named Queen of Blades. Otherwise, she'd just be like an infected Terran. And in the Zerg thing, you play as a Cerebrate, which is like you protect her as she forms into the Queen of Blades. And she gets taken away, and then Protoss storyline. Protoss is fighting the Zerg, and then there's a bunch of conflict.